Hello and welcome people back to Let's Play Folklore. This is the second part of the Endless Corridor. And he actually follows the exact same route as Alan, if I'm not mistaken. Although I'm probably exactly mistaken, so don't listen to me. I just can't remember what the Alan's route was since I messed up.
Good lord, you leveled the ice thing really good, huh?
The ice thing is amazing.
Like, dude.
Somebody said in uh, one of the guides that I looked up, which I actually managed to find a competent guide. They said that those things aren't particularly useful, but man, are they wrong.
Dude.
I mean, it's so fast and it has such range. It's definitely the best ice folk that Keats ever gets.
Let me
I
guess,
mean,
they're like, alright, the best ice thing for Keats is the dragon thing, because it's awesome.
actually, I'm gonna be getting a different version of that dragon in the side quest section, because in that guide that I said was better than the other one I found before, actually clarified some things about how acquiring certain folks works. In certain chapters, you have to backtrack after you have finished the chapter. After you have finished the chapter and obtained pretty much every single folk there is in it, you have to backtrack and go to a certain room. There will be a new folk that appears there. So, and thankfully the guide says where it is and what it is. It's usually somewhere at the very beginning. So because of one of the side quests, I need to level up a certain other folk that I haven't leveled up before because of my prejudice against it. And actually got that thing while I was at it.
Nice.
By the way, that folk that I said that I needed to use but wasn't very good. That is the most agonizing quest in this game that I had to go through so far. And really
Fun.
because of just one room. Or rather, well, one room combined with really bad AI.
Always a pleasure.
But yeah, now we get a smashing golem hand.
Good.
It's actually very good because it actually seems to be faster, or at least very slightly faster than the troll. Though it does have the disadvantage of you can't block attacks with it because it just renders the arm or just a little bit of the golem as opposed to the whole thing.
Aw.
But it has a much bigger arc to the attack. It attacks something that's right next to you, like a little bit behind you, and something way in front of you. And it's just generally very satisfying to hit something with it. By the way, when it comes to this one, it seems to be absolutely terrible at the very start, where it's like you do it, but you're not getting anywhere. The thing is, the more you beat him, the more vulnerable he becomes. Like it stops dropping at a certain point after you've whacked him left and right enough.
Alright.
But yeah, it has a pretty big arc to its attack. And answer, which actually allows you for a combo attack, unlike with Ellen, which she just puts it to twirl around a little bit. And as before, we can't actually do much with the map in this level. Yeah, we don't have much for now. And they exploded and they released a light bulb alarm clock mice. That thing is one of the most dangerous enemies in this entire game.
Really?
Yes. The light bulb alarm clock mouse is amazingly difficult. Well, it's not difficult, it's just very dangerous. And it can only be hurt with fire. And the thing is, it uses an area of effect attack. And that area of effect attack, if you don't interrupt it, it may follow it up with an even bigger area of effect attack, which you will see, which you'll probably see sometime now, because it's not very shy from using it. Yeah, it's just how it did it, but it's just outside of the screen. It basically does a bigger earthquake around it. And also, I'm being stupid here, because those things just keep on coming and they don't stop. They don't seem to stop ever, or at least until you kill the light bulb alarm clock mouse.
Fantastic.
Eventually, I just say fuck it. But you know, with level ups to that HP that I don't really need all that much.
Yeah. Level ups,
Yeah, as you see, they just keep on spawning forever. Until you... actually, I know. It is actually until you kill the light bulb alarm clock mouse. And here I just decide to try... everything. Doesn't work. And now the fire. See, that is the attack that I meant, and it sent me flying into a room that I wasn't supposed to enter.
Well, fuck.
Thankfully, this isn't too...
absorb these guys.
Thankfully, it's not that big of a punishment, and it actually helps me out a little bit because they all drop health. But until you kill that one guy, they're going to keep on spawning forever. And he's a coward, so he's going to be running away from you. This is also why the ice shard mermaid comes in handy. And yes, when the screen fades out to black, it doesn't actually pause the gameplay. You can still attack. You can still attack enemies. You can still destroy stuff. It's weird, but not very useful. Like, there are very few occasions when where they will actually fade to black, and there will still be enemies for you to fight. So yeah, now I just remember that that is there, and now let's take care of the thing and not get knocked into yet another door. Hopefully.
The idea alarm clock mice.
Yes. And now I cannot see if I'm actually doing anything to it, because they decided to become meat shields for it. But yeah, now I know that it actually does. And I get knocked into another door. This is becoming a theme.
This is why we never let you beat these things, Nico. Why?
With Ellen, it was I forgot which door I was supposed to enter. With Keats, I know exactly the door that I am supposed to enter, but I get knocked into all of the other ones. I wonder what I get this time. Bugger all.
Hey man, you could level a folk up with that.
In one of the missions, I get so many of those. You're not running away from me this time, you little thing.
You little shit.
And now I have him.
All the Padfoot? That's dumb.
Yeah. ID alarm clock mice is better.
I agree.
Pathetic. The only one that's correct one is the one that's late.
How ironic.
And those are triumphs. They're pretty much just as pathetic as the ones that Ellen fought.
No wonder Alice followed the white rabbit through the hole.
She was an atheist, just like Charlotte.
Yep. Completely. My little atheist.
And now he's frozen.
Nice.
And now he's invincible for some reason. That thing in the corner is really weird. Seems a little bit out of place. And I already leveled them up. This really must mean they're worthless. Also, I found out something interesting about the exploding memory crystals. Remember the ones that that constantly exploded? They never actually hurt you, but they do hurt enemies.
Oh, nice.
So you can actually use that to your advantage. Especially in one of the coming side quests, which it doesn't occur to me until I have already passed a section where that could become in handy. Or rather, I just kill one enemy with that. They seem to just be doing like regular type damage, but they do seem to do a lot. And that's the real one. Just smack everybody.
This is why Troll will always be on your bar.
This is why Troll is the best. But yeah, those guys definitely come indefinitely. Or rather, they have at the very least a few waves, or maybe they just come in as long as the clocks are hanging about. But the moment I kill one, another one seems to immediately spawn. No, I'm not getting knocked into yet another door.
But Nico, that's half the fun.
That's half of what happened so far. Yeah, they just don't stop. At this point, I just skippity skip towards where I'm supposed to go, until I give them one more smack for goodbye. as far as I know, you can actually freeze those guys. So, yeah, again, the ugly mermaid is actually a pretty good... ugly icicle mermaid is actually a pretty good choice here.
Sweet.
And they throw a gigantic weight on you.
That's
Like
just inconsiderate.
The animation looks exactly like those from old, from like really old clocks. See? We used to have one of these. The most fun I ever had with them was just setting up the hour, because every 30 minutes you just had to set it up, wait for all of the bells to go off, set it up again by half an hour, wait for all of the bells to go off, etc., etc. Nobody will ever know what happened to those crystals.
Except us. Well, no.
Well, we have to get rid of witnesses. Those crystals will not bother us anymore. Well, those are fiery ones. You never know until you try, because the colors are so exactly the same. Your favorite character.
This guy.
Yeah, totally. He is so pulling his leg.
Ellen's already been here, but, you know.
Actually, because of how the netherworld works, she wasn't. So yeah, all you have to do is arrange a date for a deer on the wall. Or tell that you do that.
And all your dreams will come true. Should have gotten a picture, submit it to my tabloid. Would have been great. Fucking flames are on AK YouTube's Kosuke getting in the way of things.
Not everybody can have fairy protection like he does. And this is how Keats knows.
Huh.
Well, not exactly, but you know, it's a pretty big help.
Well, got done talking to friggin' Harriet. She didn't just turn into a butt bug, so.
She doesn't turn into a butt bug, sadly.
Aw.
And
All
now
this
we're in
honey.
the honey room.
So who'd have thought that bees have life figured out?
Hmm.
Gotta
They
say,
know
I'm
what
surprised.
happens after death.
Yeah.
The fear of death that drives civilization.
Yep.
Which is actually pretty true.
Yeah.
It works pretty much exactly the same as with Alan, except replace the book with the idea alarm clock mice.
Sounds like a blast.
Thankfully, they're easily interrupted. And when it comes to Keats, they weren't such assholes as to put one of the folks that you need to absorb in order to get 100% completion on the level in one of these corridors where you can't actually absorb anything. So you can just go through. With this without any trouble.
Sounds good.
Yeah, they were really bent on making Alan's chapters longer and more difficult.
Symbolism, maybe, I don't know.
I got back and slashed. And there goes. And again, as per usual, the timer doesn't really mean much. Except that you get better items if you beat them in time. Sadly, you cannot get the costume for Ellen as by beating them with Keats. I will just have to redo that at the beginning of the next chapter. Because I want that costume, it's pretty spiffy. And yes, they can line up like multiple of them at the time. So it's like, it literally can be like, you get attacked by 5 weights in a row.
Goodness.
It's pretty entertaining. And there goes that.
We got a book page.
It was the first one we got. And this gives us the idea to beat the defensive golems, which we haven't seen yet. With the freaking slashing element. The defensive golem is actually pretty damn nice. Works pretty much exactly the same as the shield guy from Workadia, aka the Patriot. Except it seems to also cover you from the back. Not that it really matters all that much. I think it may absorb more magic. May or may not. Not exactly sure on that. No, I hate these rooms because they actually like give you multiple ways to go, and I never exactly know which one is supposed to be the right one. It may be every single one of them, except for the one that you entered, of course. But don't quote me on that.